Hi all, this is Dr. J at 11, streaming to you live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is pretty decent for a change after the rains have let up. So we're looking forward to a nice day tomorrow. I'm looking forward to being outdoors tomorrow. And today was a crazy day on Wall Street. It kind of reflected the weather a little bit. I don't know exactly how to put the analogy, but we did a lot of nothing. So I guess we could have stayed home like the rain. My lips aren't moving. I don't like that. That's a bad sign. I don't know if you're getting the audio feed properly. So what I'm going to do is talk very slowly and let the camera and the audio synchronize a little bit better. In addition to the four stocks we covered yesterday, tiny little biotech Athersys, giant large caps, Amazon and Apple, and the Dow Jones Industrial Averages, we're going to look at another really tiny biotech called Sesen, S-C-S-E-N, stock symbol SCSN. And Sesen, we talked about once before, as having a promising drug with a use for in bladder cancer. The main use, based on the data, is that it's proven to be able to keep patients healthy enough to have a bladder transplant or postpone a bladder transplant. Now, that may not seem that exciting to you, but it's translates into pretty good revenue stream for Sesen. And I'm trying to interpret the move that was made over the last 4 days from 66 pennies to, I believe it closed at 76 pennies today. So we're going to look more carefully at the chart of Sesen, which I believe still has legs. We're also going to look at Athersys again, which behaved very nicely the day after the news, as well as the Dow Jones, Amazon, and Apple. Okay, so that's what's on the agenda. As always, do your own due diligence and study. And remember that my opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Please subscribe. Later on in the video, you'll have a chance to hover your cursor over the G to subscribe, and also share the link and write comments, give me a thumbs up, all of those good things make Dr. J very happy. So the main reason I'm vlogging tonight is SCSN as well as ATHX, and I guess Apple and Amazon as well. So let's take a look at all of these. I'm not going to have charts of my favorite pot stock tonight, Kronos, but it had a very good day. So I just thought I'd mention that. So right now, there's trouble in River City, as I see is spinning on my screen. Verizon, you're going to lose my business. Screen share, I'm trying. I hope it works. Keep your fingers crossed. Here goes. It looks like it's working. It's a shame that every night when I do this, I have to pray that Verizon doesn't mess me up. Okay. Someone suggested that I short Verizon, considering the fact that it's giving me so much difficulties. It's not nice to people in certain parts of Long Island, New York. Okay, so let's look first at the chart of Athersys. And it's loading very slow. Oh, not that slowly. Okay, Athersys had what I consider a great day today. Remember yesterday I said we're going to retest the lows of today and possibly find support right at the low. And that's exactly what happened. We found support right at the low, bounced back to close just about at the highs of the day. It's an inside day, which is generally considered noise. It happens to be a harami, but a bullish harami like this doesn't mean much. It would have meant more at the very end of a long downturn. I know you could argue that we're still coming off a downturn, but the fact that this is technically a harami, I don't put any credence to that. But I do like the action, considering it's the day after the news, the good news yesterday about odds data. So we had a follow-through day where we actually closed 2 pennies higher than the day before, up 1.26%, turned in a green candle, albeit basically a doji. I like the fact that it didn't go below the candle of the day before, and it came very close to testing the resistance at $1.61. So I see resistance right about the high of 1.8 at $1.65, actually. Let me check that. $1.65, yes. So that's where I see resistance. I expect Athersys to probably test that 165 tomorrow, hopefully go right through it, hopefully break the high of the day before, which was 169, or at least test that. So my hopes are for bigger and better things for Athersys, or as it climbs all the way back to 215. Now let's look at Sesen, which is really the reason for my vlogging tonight. Sesen Bio, tiny little micro caps, small biotechnology, 58 million market cap, whereas Athersys, which is tiny, has a 200 million market cap. So this is really, really tiny. But I like the bounce off the low of 66 cents just 4 days ago. We've had a nice little rally. And if I try to draw a tight channel, and it comes out of that tight channel with a continuation on up, it doesn't reach the breakaway that we had prior to the news on 1-2 that caused a plunge. On January 2nd, we had a data readout that I thought was totally acceptable, but Wall Street disagreed as we sunk with a big gap down, big red candle besides. It was a miserable day for longs, but I think Wall Street and analysts are realizing that it was overdone, that there is as the CEO said on the day of the data readout, there is actually not bad news, it's sort of good news. There's a proven need for this drug. So I think the drug has potential. If the drug has potential, then the stock has potential, especially when we're looking at a $50 million market cap. If it's any kind of drug at all that gets approved and used, it could be an easily $500 million market cap, or a 10-bagger, or a $7.60 stock in a blink. So, I mean, I don't know what the all-time high is on this, but I suspect, let's take a look. If I can find the all-time high on this. I suspect it's well above the pennies that it's at now. Not that it means much. It was $15. I think we can get back to $7.50 upon approval down the road. So Sesen right now is a penny stock. You've got to be a little careful after a 15% run up, 66 to 76. Well, 14%, whatever it is. I do think it has more legs, but it could pull back as well. Apple, I actually started today to average in. So as you know, I was in Apple at an average price. I don't remember what it was, but I took a small loss on a trade. I'm looking for punishment going back in again. I hope at this point it's gone down just about enough. It looks to me like we have solid support at the low of 150. At least I hope we have solid support at that 150 level. I figure it's worth a gamble to start going back in. I will be buying probably tomorrow again, and unless there's some reason for me not to. But I know the recent trend the last 4 days has been down. But again, I think support at 150 will hold. So I intend to buy on any couple of point dip. If it goes below that 150, I may not buy. So that's what my thinking is on Apple. Dow Jones, industrial averages. Dow Jones industrial averages. djia. Well, where are we with djia? Following the upward trend line, another doji. Really nothing day, basically flat. The last 2 days has just been a tug of war between the bulls and the bears. Neither one winning, but it continues its ascent along the upper trend line. That's all I care about. I consider it a decent day today, looking for a better day tomorrow. Amazon.com. Amazon.com was the best between the Dow and Apple. Had a pretty good day, about up 1%. I don't know what kind of chart this is. Doesn't look right. January 18th. Why is it giving me January 18th? Goodness knows why. So I have to refresh this. 1%. That looks right. I think we have another harami, but this means nothing, this harami, because it's not coming after a very long downturn. In fact, it's coming after an uptrend has ended, and we only had two candles that were red, 3 candles that were red. So I'm not too excited about this harami, but it's not a bad thing. At least we have a little green color in there. It's not a bad day. It closed near the high of the day. There are things I like about the performance of Amazon.com today, but I'm still in Amazon with most of my original position from the 1400s. I'm still looking to sell near this double top at, what is it, 1780. Probably won't be too greedy. If it's 1750, I'll sell off some. Okay, I guess we looked at pretty much everything I wanted to look at. I'm going to make it a short vlog tonight, and I just hope that it doesn't let me down too badly. We have to wait for the picture to resume. I hope that you can hear me while we're waiting. I'm going to say sayonara. I'm going to say shalom. I'm going to say arrivederci. I'm going to ask you to please subscribe. Hover your cursor over the G that you see. And Write a comment. I'd like to hear from you. Any favorite stock that you want me to take a look at? I'd be happy to do so. Maybe feature it in my next vlog. Adios, ciao, good night from long New York. My lips are bad.